You're listening to Rodney Rogers Outdoors Radio, where we turn it upside down and look at the outside from the inside out. It's safe, it's legal, and we're having a blast. So put your shoes on, my friend, because we're going outdoors.
Welcome to Rodney Rogers Outdoors. I'm Rodney Rogers. This is my partner, Coach Easy Crime, Mike the Man Coy himself.
Happy St. Patty's Day.
Happy St. Pat. You got green on. I don't have
I do.
green.
Pinch, pinch, pinch.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Yeah,
Your cup has green on it, though.
Woo, save the day. My coffee's green.
Yes.
Ish.
That's it.
Colorblind, Mike.
Concerned there. Concerned about your coffee.
I'm Rodney Rogers. You're going to be hanging out with us for the next hour. And the geese, the ducks, birds. What are we?
It's that season, I guess. They're migrating.
We got a flock of Nawabkas up on us.
Flock of Nawabkas.
Thanks for hanging out with us. We're off base tonight. Our mojos, we left the. I got to give.
We got locked out of the studio.
We got locked out of the studio. We went to our friend's Micah's. He is like a family band.
It's
amazing. Crazy. I stopped by and picked Mike up a little earlier at one of our friends' Micah's, and he had this little setup. He had the band,
lights,
lights,
speakers,
keyboards,
drums out in his driveway.
Right in his driveway. All the neighbors were coming over.
They're very Irish, and they celebrate every year. This is a tradition for them.
That is awesome, man. I wish we could have stayed.
Yeah.
And next year we'll do a live broadcast straight from Micah's.
We'd had the live band, the live studio band.
Actually, that's what you and I first said. Man, if we could do a remote.
Shut up. How fun.
So it was awesome. Thank you, Micah, for having us over.
That's a good time.
A lot of good food we didn't get to eat. I wish we would have. So happy St. Patty's Day.
So we're making up for last time, so I apologize for starting a little bit late. And also some housekeeping.
Yes.
We had a comment on the Facebook page that our iTunes feed is a little messed up. And I acknowledge that. We accept that. That is going to be fixed here. And the next week, you're going to have, I think, the last 3 or 4 episodes dump into iTunes. So
it's like at 57 now. So you'll get
up to this is 62. So yeah,
episode 62.
So stand by. You'll have another 5 hours worth of listening dumped right into your iPod or whatever
we call that
podcaster.
Listening. Yeah. Thank you so much for Alan pointing that out.
Yeah,
Alan,
thank you, Alan.
Shot me a message and said, "Hey, man." So I checked it out. I kind of asked him what media he was pulling in from because we have so many outlets.
Yeah,
we're on Google Plus, YouTube, iTunes is our main. So
and of course on the Rodney Rogers
Outdoors.
A lot of people watch us live.
So it took you knew right away kind of where we were neglected. So
we are live, by the way, so you can phone in right now. At least if you're listening and it's Tuesday, anywhere between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are live. Day. So call us at 262-345-7763.
7763.
Give us a buzz. Tell us what's on your mind.
So, my weekend.
It
was a beautiful weekend.
What a great weekend.
Saturday, I was kind of under the weather, but I managed to get on my feet anyway and get out and get some fishing done. I went out first thing in the morning, caught some trout. I was doing, we had the Bass Pro Seminar, which we got some good news about that. I did the Bass Pro Seminar.
That was Sunday.
Right. So I wanted to, you know me, when I talk about what kind of fish I'm going to catch, I like to get firsthand.
Because you don't be like, I caught this last year. You're like, hey, I was out this morning. Hey, yesterday.
I want it fresh. I want to, here's what they're hitting right now.
It's authentic.
The up-to-date info. So I didn't catch any redfish. We caught some trout and some snook. But one of my problems...
Sea trout?
Sea trout.
Okay.
Yeah, they were actually sea trout. Not to be confused with the northern rainbow trout and the brook trouts. But the problem I have is my camera is full. I mean, full. I couldn't even shoot a video. So
it's not good.
No. And, when I was fishing, I was like, sometimes you just don't shoot video, because I do it every trip. I get so much fishing.
But when you love to fish, sometimes it's nice just to fish.
Exactly. Once I realize
you're a fisherman first.
No video, I'm just going with it.
Yeah.
So exactly.
Yeah.
You know, because sometimes I get in the logistics of trying to film myself and I miss out on
Yeah.
some cool stuff. So, and you know what? It kind of worked out because in the afternoon it got super windy. In the afternoon I went and rented a kayak from our friends at Black Dog Bait and Tackle. So easy. Oh my God, it was so easy. I went in, Amy, who's behind the counter, which is Chris's wife, the owner's wife, and I said, I need a kayak. So we were talking about fishing spots. This kid comes in, talks about, they are just full of fishing knowledge here. I mean, in legitimate fishing knowledge. And this kid's saying, look, you need to buy these right now because you're going to lose them. There's a lot of snook in Sebastian Inlet. So I get the kayak. Literally took me if I didn't talk, I could have had that kayak in 8 minutes on my truck and out of there.
Wow.
$40.
So you talked.
Yeah, so it was $30. $40 for me. I might talk. Mike. So I was jabbering more than anything, and so for $30, I got the canoe, the life vest, the whistle, the whole spiel.
Seriously?
Rod holder. Yeah, for $30. Yeah, seriously.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, if you, and now's the time, but we might as well just jam them up a real awesome plug. I know Doug with the Yak Dog, fishing charters. But I mean, they can give you a ton of pointers, but you can just rent the kayak, jump out there on the surf. We got tarpon coming in, grab some live bait, and just drop it off just out in the break of the waves, and just start fishing live bait. And you're going to be surprised. You got snook up there, you got pompano,
why don't we do that on Sunday?
Let's do it.
Seriously?
You know what? Why not? Let's do it. I'll tell Chris, save us 2 kayaks for Sunday. How's that sound?
Done.
And we'll just pile up and.
Don't tease me.
Well, okay, we're in.
Okay.
So done. And we're gonna give you the Rodney Rogers special.
Yeah, please. I'll ask for it
for your reel.
Okay.
We're gonna give you some new line on your pole. So yeah. So I mean, it was just awesome. So, but I keep saying so. When I got to the spot I wanted to fish, it was so windy. The direction of the wind had changed, and it just beat the shore to death. So I couldn't take the canoe or the kayak out. So what I did was I just took all these little side roads to find out where they go.
Oh, sure, yeah.
You
love that.
I do.
Yeah.
I'm a get off the road kind of guy. That's why I bought this 4-wheel drive. Yeah. Like the other day when we're plowing through the bushes, you go, dude, you want to do it? I said, that's why I bought this truck.
And I'm like, are you supposed to be here?
Actually,
I know you can be here, but are you supposed to be
you
here?
actually got out and walked, didn't you?
I'm like, I'll meet you.
Yeah, and that's why I bought that truck, because you and I went to Everglades without 4-wheel drive, and that was probably one of the scariest trips without 4-wheel drive.
And for those, a lot of our viewers and listeners know you, but a lot of them don't. But this is who you are. You're the man who buys a brand new vehicle,
2013,
and says, "This is 4-wheel drive. We're going 4-wheeling."
Yes.
Bushes brushing up against that. You bought that for a reason,
right? Exactly.
Not to stay on the road.
Exactly.
I respect that about you.
Yeah. You know what? And when I see these awesome, the Land Rovers, and the number one 4-wheel drive on the planet, the Land Rover is, and the Hummers and the H2s, H1s, and I see them all prettied out. And I go, boy, you just don't know what you're sitting on. You are sitting on a rocket ship.
They look good, but they're designed for so much more.
Oh, right? Yeah. So, so I was able to find a couple awesome spots that we're also going to check out. It's just a great video area. Just some awesome areas.
So move on to Sunday.
Okay, so
I'm excited about
let's
Sunday.
fast forward to Sunday. I went to Bass Pro Shop. We did some redfish seminars. We actually they allowed us on the tank. Well, they were going to have us a stage.
Yeah, a lot of people probably haven't been in Bass Pro Shop.
Right.
I think most fishermen have, but a lot of people haven't. And they have how many gallons is this fish tank?
15,000.
15,000 gallon fish tank.
Yeah, it's a swimming pool.
Yeah, it's huge. It's what, 8 foot tall, 10 foot tall?
It's right at 9 foot deep, because it goes about 1.5 feet below the concrete. So I think it's 10 foot deep. Actually, it's 10 foot deep and 25 feet long.
And what kind of fish are in there? They have
they got striped bass. They got hybrid bass. They got redfish. They got catfish. They got speck, brim, of course, largemouth bass. out the Yang, and
Was there
tarpon.
any grouper?
No grouper.
No grouper.
No grouper. Just and tarpon.
Okay.
So
they have this tank in there, which is obviously very cool for people to look at. But they have a platform up top where you go up, people go up, but in this particular instance, it's you.
It's me.
And do demonstrations from on top of the tank on varying subjects.
Exactly.
So here we are on Sunday. Rodney Rogers, featured guest. 2 times you did 2 presentations, correct?
I did 11 and a 2, and they were both shows were packed.
That's great.
I mean, there was probably 40, 50 people in the audience, just glued, you know. And I talk. Literally, it's something you could talk about all day. But I talk just enough I try to shove a bunch of awesome information in at once. And it's like I tell everybody, we're trying to build up your mental tackle box, not your physical tackle box, your mental tackle box, because that's every bit as important as a physical tackle box. I mean, a lot of people think just grabbing a hook and a bobber and you're going fishing. Well, that's where your mental tackle box comes in. What do you put on the hook? How deep do you put the hook off the bobber? I mean, there's 100 different
experience.
Experience, and that's what you try to relay. You try to fill everybody's tackle box up. So we had them glued, and as I was dumping in the baits, this is the first time this has happened. As I'm dumping in the baits, I put the first bait in, and I'm trying to get it adjusted, and I got my, I'm just basically when I walk up there, I give a few minutes for people to walk up because we do the show announcement, and I'm giving a few minutes for everybody to walk up. So I got my bait in the water, and I'm trying to straighten out my line, and these redfish are hitting the very bait I'm talking about, and there's no hooks on these baits. They make you cut the hooks off.
Right.
So I had to take one of my brand new lures, cut the hook off. So I got it in the tank, and the redfish grabs it and takes off with it, and he will not let it go. I mean, he's literally got it, and he won't let it go. So I'm tightening the line. I'm giving him little jerks, going, "Come on, buddy," and now everybody's glued to you don't think I didn't sell a bunch of those baits? So it was every time I threw this in, that redfish came up, and specifically, and it's called the redfish magic. It's a spinner bait I fish for redfish. It's one of my favorite baits. And this redfish just kept grabbing it and taking off to the end of the tank, So not wanting to hook him or hurt him, I just let him have it and then give it a little twitch.
Now, are these animatronic fish? No,
they real deal. Absolutely. So anytime you can get the fish to cooperate with you in that fashion,
I bet, yeah, it's huge.
That basically locks in what you're talking about.
That's cool.
Redfish love it. And this thing went past the bass, past the stripers, past the tarpon. Redfish grabs it and takes off. I mean,
how cool.
How awesome is that?
Yeah, that's great.
So in the second show, one of the other baits the bass were grabbing it. So people were, the question was, will bass eat this? I said, absolutely. There's no difference between saltwater and freshwater baits. It's people think, well, that color's saltwater color. There is no saltwater color. There's no one color that works better here or there. They both work in both places equally as well. So yeah, and so we got to teach a lot of people a lot of stuff. Show went well.
Good.
Bass Pro was absolutely ecstatic to have us back up there. We hadn't been up there in a couple of years. They love it because our availability is. So basically, we got an open invite to go back anytime.
So exciting.
So Rodney Rogers Outdoors will be at the Bass Pro Shop on a regular basis.
I'm thrilled about that.
Well, I am too, man. When he asked us, he goes, Rodney, don't wait for us to call you. And I never got that invite before. This is the first time I got this invite.
I mean, you used to do them, but when you were with the Fisherman Fishing Tournament, you did it a lot under that campaign.
Yeah, when I was fishing that tournament trail, I did it for them. And I did it for, as long as I was on the trail.
But you're back and you're Rodney Rogers Outdoors.
So now we're off that trail and we're Rodney Rogers Outdoors. And man, they love our videos. They watch our videos. They listen to us on Real Radio 104.1 all the time. So yeah, they were ecstatic to have us, and we were ecstatic to be there.
That's fun.
Absolutely.
Well, for nostalgic purposes, if anybody's interested, you can go to your YouTube channel, and there actually is one of your presentations at the Bass Pro Shop, Orlando up there. And
I had some bloopers on that. That's the worst I've ever messed up when we filmed. Could you tell? It was awesome.
It's all me. It's my presence.
You make me nervous, Mike. You make me nervous when I see you.
So what's going on? Got some local news? Got some interesting news?
Mike,
I got a few questions for you, and I'm curious.
Ask away.
I'm curious if what you want to talk about, because we usually don't discuss this stuff.
No, we don't.
I like to keep it fresh.
Yes.
But I heard a few things yesterday. For example, bears. Does anything you have to want to talk about have to do with black bears?
Close, but no.
I heard they're considering opening up a limited
Okay.
black bear season.
Yes, they are.
In Florida.
They are, and the reason being is we've had a lot of bear attacks, and last year they killed the FWC had to take out almost 10 bears. I mean, like 8 or 9 bears, because they were mixing with the people. Now, I am a hunter, first of all. You know me, but I don't feel that we're ready for a season on black bears.
I was wondering how you'd feel about that.
I'm not a proponent of it. I really ain't, not right now. Honestly, I wouldn't be for another 10 years. I think the more bears we have, we have to regulate other things before we do this. I just don't think we're ready. I just don't think our numbers are where they should be. I don't know what the exact numbers are.
Just because you get a nuisance bear into a public area doesn't necessarily mean you open up the season on black bear.
We're not ready. I mean, they stopped hunting bears in the state of Florida. I have the last hunting regulations book in 1968 of the last hunt in the state of Florida, which was 1968. I have 67 and 68. Get busted. Book, and it allows bear hunting in 70. It may have been 69 or 70 when they stopped bear hunting in the state of Florida, and it's taken us almost 40 years, 45 years, 46 years to get that population to where we could even say we're considering hunting.
But isn't the fact that one straggles in and eats somebody's dog a whole different scenario than the population needs to be managed now?
Yeah, I agree.
Mean,
yeah.
Again, this is what they do. I mean, we're not
yeah.
FWC, but so obviously they got more information than we do, but it certainly seems like that's two different scenarios there.
Well, that's what happens when you bring the human element into the wildlife element. And now we're colliding because we're building in the bear habitats. Yeah. And most of these are in the Wekiva area.
Mm-hmm.
They should have never allowed any building in the Wekiva area. The state of Florida should have took that over from the beginning. Some of it's protected, but the majority of it is not. But that is the perfect bear habitat. And where the Marion Creek, area of the state of Florida, which is Polk County, is not the bear habitat. So, I mean, although they look similar, it's just there's things that's missing.
Sure.
There's food, there's but this is so they're congregated in this area because it's the perfect habitat. Doesn't mean that the whole state of Florida can open up bear season. It's just ludicrous. And I'm kind of passionate about that. I just don't think it's time. I don't think it's a great idea.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Because this is going to be one of those trains that once you start rolling, stopping it's not going to be an option. There's hunters out there that want to kill a bear.
Sure.
I mean, and there's a lot of them.
Yeah, it's big game.
So that's going to open up. I mean, because now that we're on this subject, Mike, here's how that works. If you're no one has a mounted Florida Panther in their office right now because it's illegal.
Right. It's protected.
They're protected. And they always will be. No one has a mounted Florida bear in their office that's not younger than 46 years old because they are protected. Now, when you open that window, this also opens up. You got to take into account the poaching effect. There's going to be a lot of poachers because now it's legal to have a bear.
Yeah.
It doesn't. No one knows how it got there.
Yeah.
But it's legal to have that bear in your office, and that's where we're not ready.
Yeah.
And you know me, I'm a hunter. I'm an avid hunter. I mean, if you want to hunt bear, I mean, there's millions of places to do.
Yeah, and you're not against having game in your. You've got stuff in your own home.
Absolutely.
I mean, you've got.
Yeah, and I'm not opposed to shooting, harvesting a bear in the right areas. I just don't think this is it. That just is. We're not ready for that. So I just think that they're not weighing it out. They're pulling the trigger. My heart of hearts, I think, and me, I'm a proponent of the FWC. I love them. I mean, we got Tony Young, that a good friend of ours. That's a main vein of that. I think it's revenue driven. The hunters are saying we want it, and they're going, wow, there's 18 million hunters that want it. We can charge.
Do you think it's a feel good thing? I mean, there's a problem because the public is seeing invasions, of black bear into the, public areas. Is that a reactionary thing to say, well, open up season, and that'll take care of some of that problem? Is it a public?
No. Well, let's go yes and no. Yes, in the fact that the hunters are saying there's a lot of bears out there. We need to start killing.
Yeah.
And the people who are being attacked by the bears
All
are
for it.
not proponents
They're
of
not.
being hunted. The bears being hunted. Go up in that area and they'll say, yeah, we see bears every night. Do you want them hunted? Oh, well, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Even the people that have been attacked, would you want us to open hunt season? We can kill some bears.
Well, the one I saw on the news, it was actually just yesterday that, I mean, it's like a little Yorkie. It was actually kind of funny. Not funny that the dog got killed, but, and they're like, yeah, and the bear came in and drugged the dog off. I'm like, that little thing, the bear probably didn't drug it. He probably overhanded it, threw him into the woods.
Exactly.
I mean, there was no dragging of that thing. That thing was like weighed, in a pound.
Florida has a leash law. In the state of Florida, if you're outside your home, your dog has to be on a leash, period. That bear did not come up and grab it off a leash. Yeah. That dog was running around. So you see what I'm saying? It's the laws they're ignoring, which are, making it easy for the bears to do what bears do.
But for example, they showed a bear coming through the pool area, like literally busting through the screen, coming into the pool area. Yeah. But I would imagine those owners are going, hey, we live next to the woods. It's kind of cool in a sense. You know what I mean?
You know what? It may be
they understand they're living next to their habitat.
I may kick in a little. I'm a pretty good interviewer, or not an interviewer.
Asking the questions or answering the questions?
Both, actually. I can ask questions. I can ask the right questions. You know what I may do? I may go in that neighborhood, hand out my cards, and get the feel of people and see what it is, and just post it on our website. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just a thought. I mean, is that something?
Well, you know what? Shout it out. Maybe if somebody's listening and up in that area or knows somebody, I would be really interested in having somebody call in the show.
That'd be great. That'd be absolutely
do great. It right here, right now.
Right. I dare you. But
seriously, I mean,
and that's my thing. And
we've talked about this several times on the show, and be curious to get somebody's firsthand feeling on what it's like.
Yeah, right there with the Bears. Yeah. I know Russ Rollins on the show, 104.1 was, he's in that area where the Bears are coming in. He sees them all the time. But honestly, I don't even think he's not a proponent of just going out and start killing bears. I know his wife, Sam Boomer, her and I were talking, or Sam Rollins, we were talking back and forth, when they were doing all this bear killing. And, man, I just get a little passionate about some things. You know how I am, Mike Coy.
Yeah. So I brought that up, obviously not
because of
not the thing you had in mind.
Right.
So what were you talking about?
Oh, okay. So, Mike, are we on? Okay. So let me click.
Are we live? This. Yes, we're live, Rodney.
I'm going to steal your thunder, bud. I know you've been wanting to do this for the longest time.
Get naked?
Naked man who attacked an Oregon hunter while pretending to be a Sasquatch. Yeah. So I don't need. First of all,
that man is my hero.
First of all, Mike, let's go through this. I mean, you're naked. You're just as naked as a jaybird.
Forgive us, listeners, while we stretch the realm of the outdoors here.
Yeah, this is a hunter's in a tree. Now, all he wants is deer. He sees this naked guy. The guy even said, "Look, I thought he was in a nude suit of some sort." The hunter's in a tree.
Wait, where does Sasquatch come into this?
Well, hold on. Right there. Hunters often face many dangers in the wild, but a naked man claiming to be a Sasquatch and armed with a handsaw is generally not among the usual hazards. The guy said, hey, I know I'm naked, but I'm a Sasquatch. Mike.
I'm trying to think what my next comment would be if I was that hunter. Can I see some IDs?
He's got a handsaw. He's trying to attack him. You shoot him. You kill the first. But here's the problem. Mike, think about this. The man says he's a Sasquatch.
But would a real Sasquatch actually confess to being a Sasquatch?
We don't know this. We have no idea.
True.
No one can prove that a Sasquatch would not be naked with a handsaw and say that I'm a Sasquatch. And it is illegal in all the states in the union
to shoot a
Sasquatch. Tell me that's not a catch-22. You ever heard the old saying, justice is blind? Well, this goes back to that.
I might have found a huge loophole here.
Tell me that's not something, you shoot this guy.
Don't shoot me, officer. I'm a Sasquatch.
Hey, we may be on to something, Mike Coy.
Cannot shoot me.
It's illegal in the United States to shoot a Sasquatch. So he comes up to your tree and says, "Hey, I'm going to cut you up. I'm a Sasquatch." You shoot the guy. You call 911 and say, "Look, I just shot this guy."
So he shot him.
No, he didn't shoot
First of all, this is a true story.
This is a true story. This kid, 22-year-old, his name is Linus Norgren. It was naked, run through the woods with a saw, and he was trying to attack the hunter. He first of all, the guy says, "I thought he was in
these kids
flesh-colored clothes."
Yeah.
The only thing the guy was carrying was a pruning handsaw. That was it.
And now he's got a nice orange and white striped jumpsuit.
Yeah,
Traded
10 years, brother.
Really?
10 years this kid got
for impersonating a Sasquatch, or for?
I think it was added. That's a misdemeanor. Impersonating a Sasquatch. Now he says, "I was armed with a high-powered rifle. I thought he's probably not going to do anything." Kid's got a saw. Now he had every right to shoot this kid. That kid is lucky to be alive. I mean, he's absolutely lucky to be alive.
Well, but he's saying he says he asked the man what he was doing in the forest, and he said that he was a Sasquatch from a family of Sasquatches.
Right.
So he's got backup.
So if you kill this Sasquatch, you're bringing on a reign of terror from naked Sasquatch. First of all, I mean, I've not seen a Sasquatch, but I'm pretty sure they got hair all over him. This kid don't look like he's got hair all over him. He's 22, I doubt.
Well, no, it says because he actually offered to guide him out of the woods, and it was a bad idea because as they started to leave, the Sasquatch struck him in the back of the head with a rock, and the hunter lost consciousness.
Oh, man. Wow. See, I hadn't got that far, man. You're reading faster than me.
So anyway, so that explains maybe why the orange and white jumpsuit all of a sudden.
Yeah, so when the man asks, "Why are you trying to kill him?" The kid answers, "Sasquatch kills the hunter."
Yeah. He was on the ground attempting to strangle him, and the hunter said that Norgren tried to gouge one of his eyes out and even shoved a fist through his mouth.
Wow. I would shoot him.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to go on a limb and say
with his shoulders dislocated from the fall, McDonald had a hard time fighting back, but managed to keep his attacker from inflicting further injuries.
So isn't that crazy? I just thought that was something. Here, let me go down.
So if he would have actually...
So that's my saying. So if you killed this guy, the police get there on a semi-serious note, and he says, what happened? Well, I killed this guy. He hit me with a rock. My shoulder. Well, he said he was a Sasquatch. Can we prove that he's in fact not a Sasquatch?
But wouldn't you have gone to work on Monday morning and got injured by a Sasquatch?
Oh, yeah. I would definitely go, "What happened to you, Bob?" "I was out there hunting in a tree and a naked Sasquatch. I was attacked by a Sasquatch." Hands down.
Should we be embarrassed that we're talking about this as
I just thought it was. We got to have a little bit of hilarity up in here, Michael.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, so I just thought that was.
Well, the guy was outdoors hunting. It's going to kind of run into what we're talking about. And the fact of the matter is you would love to have that story.
How would you not? I mean,
it's all about the story.
I've said it a million times, Mike Coy. Look at the guy's story.
It's all about the story.
He's
and that's
58.
A story.
He'll be telling that till he's at least 88.
You would take a dislocated shoulder for that story, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. As long as I wasn't killed by a Sasquatch.
You got both your eyes, but you did get a fist in the mouth, I guess. Yeah. Or something.
I would leave the fist in the mouth out. He would try to put a fist in my mouth. I would scratch that part.
That is funny. So you hinted, you saying it has to do with something we're talking about.
Well,
tonight.
no, I mean, we got turkey season coming up, so I was just going to kind of.
Why does it feel like every other show we've got turkey season coming up?
Because we've not. It's actually this weekend is the start of turkey season.
Is it really?
Yeah.
March
21st.
First.
Yeah, it's the start. The youth hunt started last week in certain, but we got A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P areas and zones in the state of Florida. Our zone is March 21st.
Okay.
So it's turkey. Actually, I pulled over side of the road and filmed some turkeys strutting. So basically, I was just going to talk a little bit about safety this turkey season. What can you do to kind of stay safe?
Okay.
A few things to do. So
okay.
After our commercial break,
Let's do it.
Do a little bit of talking.
Here we go.
With 116,000 foreclosures in the state of Florida alone as of January 2014, a quality contractor is critical to the process of returning a foreclosed house back into a home. Let me introduce you to Phillips Contracting Incorporated. They are Florida State certified and an approved REO repair vendor for both Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. PCI currently provides multi-level services to realtors, banks, asset managers, and private homeowners. Although they specialize in dealing with REO property repairs, they are a design-build company.
Here at PCI, we pride ourselves on professional, high-quality work. Our clients know that we're not your typical contractor. We're proud to be reliable, trustworthy partners with you. Our repair coordinators are ready to communicate with you honestly and quickly about every aspect of your project. We're here to say yes to our clients.
Phillips Contracting services Florida from Orlando to Miami. Whether you're looking for a quote, repair updates, or just want to talk business, give them a call at 941-483-3800.
Gnarly barley, come see why the whole world's singing. No,
What are you doing?
dude, I am writing a song for Gnarly Barley.
I see that, but first of all, I didn't realize you could sing. Second of all, why don't you just tell the people how great the Gnarly Barley is, give them the address, and move on with the show?
Dude, have you ever had their flatbread? Their jalapeno flatbread with the cream cheese on top and the chicken and the special sauce on it. Holy moly. No, wait a minute. Obviously, by the look on your face, you ain't never had that big time Fiesta. Jalapenos, provolone cheese, tomatoes, red onions, and again, Fiesta lime.
Okay, that's it. Shut up, Chubb. We're out of here.
Are you serious?
Come on, we're out of here.
Truly one of Orlando's hidden gems, the Gnarly Barley offers a contemporary selection of bites and brews, serving a mind-blowing selection of craft beers and original mouth-watering menu creations. The Gnarly Barley and its incredibly accommodating staff have created a place that really is difficult to put into words. So do yourself a huge favor and come see why people are singing the praises of the Gnarly Barley.
Oh, my goodness.
I told you that big time Fiesta.
That is phenomenal. I totally get why you're trying to write a song for that.
Not as simple as you thought, huh?
No. Okay, check this out. Gnarly Barley.
Come see why the whole town's singing
Gnarly Barley.
Located at 7431 South Orange Avenue in Orlando, Florida.
And we're back and we're live, and you can call us at 262-345-7763. That's 7763 is double ROD, Rodney Rogers Outdoors.
Pretty good chance we're going to answer.
That's a very good chance, actually. Really, really, really good chance.
So I got this in the mail today, Rodney, or yesterday. I opened it up tonight.
Okay.
So I haven't even looked at this.
Okay.
But I love getting stuff in the mail.
It's the best.
What is that?
It's
What is it about getting stuff in the mail?
it's awesome. Absolutely awesome.
I mean, I don't get it too often, but my wife, we can get home from a 12-hour journey straight to the mailbox. Gotta see what's coming in the mail.
Most people are not excited about the mailbox.
Yeah. But once in a while, something isn't for me because 98 out of 100 times it's the goodies are for her. But one of my favorite go-to sites is takemefishing.org.
Yes.
I like the way it's laid out. I like the way it looks. They talk about everything from fish species. Boy, my vocalizer is not working tonight. To boating safety. But last week I was on here and it said, order yourself a boater's guide, a beginner's guide to boating. I don't own a boat. I've never owned a boat. I have fantasies of owning a boat.
We've talked about it.
We've
talked about your type of is our phone ringing? I'm getting a call coming in.
Are you really?
Yeah.
We should answer it then.
Is it? Let's see here. Is it not ringing?
Is it your mom?
Okay.
I see nothing ringing.
Okay.
Call us back.
All right, go ahead. Sorry about that.
No, if you call, I'll answer. If you build it.
It looked like it's coming through the outdoor line. So
not seeing it. Try it again, folks.
Go ahead.
But anyways, I don't even know where I'm going with this, but
we haven't got a chance to play with it yet.
No, I got
we're
free
going to be
stuff.
talking about boats. We got summer coming up, so.
But yeah, a beginner's guide to boating. I'm not sure what the kid on the front dumping off the boat, sticking his tongue out. Maybe not the picture I would have chosen for that, but I guess they're having fun. This is about having fun as a family. But I'll read it and I'll get back to you. I'll give you my report.
I'd like to look at the stats of what joyriding boaters and fishing boaters are.
I'm just saying, those two girls in the back, those girls are having fun.
They're having a blast. What kind of boat is that?
I don't know, but you want to buy a boat.
That makes you want to buy a boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because they're laughing.
Yeah. Laughing.
I want to laugh.
People and
why wouldn't I buy a boat?
If you want to laugh, buy a boat. I'm going to say hi to our awesome little fan. We have a little fan, Easton.
Easton.
Yeah.
Easton.
Yeah.
Hi, Easton. Was
Watches
that the
our
video
show.
you showed me last week?
Yeah, the video I showed you. And he goes, hey, Mike. Hey, Rod. So there's little Easton.
Good deal. Easton.
So,
little fisherman.
We got turkey hunting coming up, Mike, and I'm just going to, from my own experiences, we got some people going out to the woods. And it doesn't matter where you're going out to the woods. It's turkey season all over. You know, we're in the few weeks of March, April is turkey time. That's when, from up north to down here, we get to start a little bit sooner than everybody
Now,
else.
there are multiple turkey seasons, correct?
Yes. I mean, well, you got fall.
Okay.
And you got spring. Now, in the spring, you can only kill the gobblers. You can only shoot gobblers. You cannot shoot hens at all.
Male, female?
The males are the only ones you can shoot.
Okay.
Okay. During the fall, you can take females and males, but you can only take the females with archery during archery season only. During rifle season, you can only take the males.
Okay.
That makes sense?
You need the decoder ring for this.
Yeah.
Now, is this just Florida law or is this national?
Well, that's pretty much the standard. Now, some states, you really got to check your regulations.
Regulations.
Yeah, check your regulations. Check your regulations because some states allow you during primitive hunting season is archer season. You can pretty much shoot anything. I mean, they'll allow you to go across the board. So that includes females and males. So some states don't let you. Some states do. So check your regulations.
Okay.
Odds are you will be able to, but some don't. I'm learning a lot of stuff reading, because I'm about to go to Missouri and we're going to be doing some fishing. And I was reading the regulations up there and oh my God, it's a lot different than ours. Makes me appreciate how liberal Florida's fishing laws are compared to other states. It really is. Just to give you an example, if you catch 4 trout, you're done fishing. If you have 4 keeper trout and you decide to keep all 4, your fishing is over. You're not allowed to fish anymore.
That's crazy.
You can't even fish to catch and release. That's it. You're done. Get your fish and go home. And that kind of takes the fun out of fishing in my book. But hey, that's now a lot of their ponds are stocked. So,
so they're definitely controlling
they're controlling every aspect. You got to have a special license to keep it. I mean, you got to have a license to fish, obviously, but if you want to keep it, then you have to have a trout license to keep the trout, so, I mean, it's no different if we decide to keep snook, we got to have a snook tag, or if we decide to keep a billfish, we got to have a $50 billfish tag.
They just break it down differently.
Yeah.
Same thing.
It's kind of the same thing, but if we catch a billfish, and we have our one billfish, we can still keep fishing for billfish.
Right.
We just release them.
You just trade it in.
Yeah, well, fillet and release.
It doesn't work that way.
Doesn't work that way. If you had a live well big enough to keep your billfish live, I guess you'd need a 90-foot boat. So basically, I was just going to kind of spring over, just kind of gloss over some really good, important turkey safety rules.
Okay.
Now, this is some of this experience of mine. If you know a hunter is in the area that you're in, just leave. That's one of the safest things you can do. If you know there's one there, find another area, because you're calling turkeys, he's calling turkeys. I mean, it's just a bad. Turkeys are absolutely very, very. They can see for miles and see a fly. So, I mean, if you got a bunch of hunters in one area, it's just not going to work out for anybody. So if you know one's already established in that area, get out. You know what I mean? Because you start calling, and it could be a shot. He could be coming to the sound So, I mean, you definitely want to leave
It's
the area.
different from duck hunting.
It's a lot different. It's a lot different.
I mean, in that sense, as far as sharing a common area.
Yeah, it is. It is because ducks are flying. Turkeys are walking. They're strutting. They're walking. It takes a little time for them to get up on you. An example, you don't want to walk to a turkey. If you hear a turkey gobbling, I mean, you don't want to go try to stalk that turkey. You're not going to stalk that turkey. I mean, I would challenge anybody to say that they killed a turkey. They killed a turkey by stalking it.
Because they're too aware of their surroundings.
Just, I mean, if you look up turkey videos and you'll see like a flock of turkeys, you'll see that there's always somebody's head poking up. There's no time at any time that a flock of turkeys have all their heads down eating.
Oh,
doesn't happen.
Really?
If 5 are up, 5 are down. 5 are up, 6 are down. 5 are down, 6 are up. 5 or 7 up, down 5, 2, 5. This is all they do, brother. And they are very, very. At some point, somebody's going to catch you.
Somebody's watching.
Somebody's watching. It's like mom. Mom's watching. You open the refrigerator. She knows if you got the milk, the orange juice. She knows if you're drinking out of the jug. That's these turkeys. There's somebody is watching. The ones who don't watch all the time are the gobblers. Now, if there's a flock of gobblers, 4 or 5 gobblers in a group, they do that. But when they're in the strut, man, they're just in the strut. They're like, their heads are purple and blue and white, and they're all about the hen.
Okay.
All about that hen. Oh, so anyway, let's
not
not do that.
It did.
So, another safe thing is do not stalk hunt the sound of a turkey. It might not be the gobbler gobbling. It might be somebody doing a shot gobble to try to get a gobbler to gobble. I dare you say that 8 times. So a shot gobble is basically when you walk in the woods, you got a gobbler in your hand, and you go, however a gobble gobbles, and then that'll spark a gobbler to. They don't like other things louder than them. There's things you can use a crow call, an owl call, or even a gobble. If you do that, you want to use something like a crow or an owl. That way, someone hear hoo 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 hoo, and that makes them go. It just shocks them. They can't help themselves. They go, oh damn, I should have done that. They give themselves away. So what you do is you start going to that sound, and you just kind of set up about a little distance away. You don't try to stalk them. This is before daylight.
You get in the proximity and let them come to you.
Right. So if you hear somebody else going, hoo, 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 they got an owl call. Then you're like, okay, somebody else is coming. So.
But how do you just not know it's an owl?
It's when you've heard. If you've never done it, you want to go with somebody that has. You don't want to be fresh in the woods trying. This is advanced hunting 101. I mean, this is you don't want to do it by yourself for the first time.
Is that an oxymoron?
That's advanced hunting
101.
101. 901. Let's go with a higher number. So I mean, you don't want to hunt. You don't want to stalk a sound. That's very bad.
Okay.
That's very bad. And you don't want to stalk. You can't stalk her. The reason I say is because my buddy and I, my buddy JJ, I used to hunt with. We were on a public mansion area, and we had our decoys out, and we got turkeys coming in. We see them coming in. They're moving in, and we got this gobbler about 60 yards out, and he's coming in. All of a sudden, all of our turkeys disappeared. I'm like, what in the world? So, I'm trying to call him back, and we're trying to get him back. And next thing I know, I see a bush sneaking up on us. So I kind of waved my hand. Now we're camouflaged to the hill. We got basically ghillie suits on with leaves and all kind of stuff on it. So basically we had a guy stalking our decoys. He was going to shoot our decoys. So if he would have shot our decoys from where he was at, because he was aiming at them, he would have shot right into us. So I had to stand up, wave my hands, and that ruined our hunt for the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you see turkeys, do not try to stalk them. They already see you too. Unless you're piled up, in a spot hunting, which is another safe thing we're talking about. When you're hunting turkeys, you want to put your back to a tree if you can, or a rock or a hill, something of that nature. Because there's always going to be that dummy, that stupid, that jerk who doesn't heed those warnings of not stalking a turkey sound, and you're going to be in there going, and he's going to shoot in the bush as soon as he hears that noise. There's always going to be that guy. 3 out of 4 hunters shot during turkey season or shot unknowing. They just shot in the bush.
Incredibly dangerous. It can be.
It can be. It absolutely can be. Because one of the reasons is during rifle season, you have to wear 500 inches of bright orange
Armor.
but bulletproof vest, helmet, 500 inches of bright orange. So in turkey season, you don't have to have that. You can't have that. Anything that you have that's not camouflage, they're going to see. If your hat says National Wild Turkey Federation in white, they're going to see that. You don't want that. You want complete camouflage.
You're telling me they can read?
No, they read abbreviation.
Am I misunderstanding?
They go, that MWTF over there, I know what that is. That's the National Wildlife Turkey, fellas.
Run.
We're not going near that guy, the turkey hunter. But I mean, it's those little things. You know what I mean? I mean, if you live in New York City, you can probably camouflage yourself with tay chip bags.
Nice.
They'll never know. Mike. We're setting my iPad up with some noises. I need some noises.
It seems like you're being resourceful enough there, Rodney. And
so that, I mean, so you have to be super camouflaged, and that in itself is a big danger. You can walk right up on a hunter and never even know it. You know, maintain a clear field of view from your blind. You know, so you're able to see all the way around you if you've got a blind or you're in a spot. That way, if you do see someone sneaking up on you, you can always alert them. You know, pretty much your hunt's done. If you see someone sneaking in, you know, after daylight, pretty much you might as well get up and leave.
Because you get in and get set, and then you stay and wait.
But then you call. That's when you start your calling. Now, this is the time of year when calls are essential in turkey hunting. You can't just pile up by a tree and hope one comes by. You can, and people do, and it's successful, but it takes your chances from about an 80% to a 10%.
At that point, it's just a luck of the draw.
It's the blind squirrel gets a nut.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's kind of how that goes. So, you know, you want to keep your back up against something solid, and that way if someone does shoot, hopefully you're somewhat protected. I know it sounds dangerous, and it can be, you know, especially on public wildlife areas. Public management areas are some of the most dangerous to hunt. So, you know, you want to be as safe as possible. When you're carrying your decoys or you're carrying your turkey out, keep an orange vest inside your vest and wrap your turkey in that. So when you walk out, now you have your orange on.
Okay.
So you can be seen. So no one shoots at your turkey on your back. It has happened many, many times, you know. So, you know, there's some of the things that you want to keep in mind.
Because of some of these things, is there a season that's typically more dangerous because of things like this? Is turkey one of the more dangerous?
It's definitely one of the more dangerous. There's more hunters shot during turkey season. As far as shot goes, there's not as many turkey hunters as there are deer hunters.
Sure.
But there are more people shot during turkey season.
And partially because of fully camouflaged.
Absolutely.
Hunting,
you're putting out
safety vests.
You're putting out lifelike decoys.
Yeah.
People think they're turkeys. You're in the 20 yards behind the decoys. So they, you know, there's just dumb people out there. You know, now, is
that pretty standard that you don't pursue the turkey?
That is essential.
That's the way you do it.
If you pursue that turkey, he's going to see you. You're not going to be successful. So basically what you want to do is, this is where the preseason scout makes all the difference in the world. You kind of find where the turkeys are. You know, I know they're in this area.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you find them in this area, and then you do your setup. You know where you're going. Then you start your calling. You know, then you start your gobbling and your calling. You put your decoys out, and that brings them in. Because once the gobbler hears a hen, you know, there's cackles and, you know, there's things that you can do to get that gobbler's attention and then bring him into you.
Sure.
So that's kind of the turkey thing. I know we've done talking turkey and we've done a few other stuff. I don't think we talked about the safety of it, but there's a ton of other things. If you go to the National Wildlife Turkey Federation.com, NWTF, there's a ton of tips on there, a ton of safety tips, and that's what's key. And I know every hunter out there goes, I know how to be safe. No, most hunters are stupid as a rock. They're dumb as a rock. they haven't seen a turkey all year. They haven't killed one in 5 years, or not killed one at all. But they see some across the field that's just a gobbler, just strutting. They'll try to sneak up on it, and they'll ruin someone else's hunt. If you see it and it's 100 yards away, it's not your turkey.
I would imagine any time, especially in the hunting realm where you got firearms, to be overly confident, cocky, or belligerent is not the place to let your ego get in your way.
Exactly. That's the place, that you want to be even more special. It's like I say, you have a gun. You have to think better than everyone else around you. You have to think 2 steps ahead.
Huge responsibility.
Huge responsibility. So, I mean, it's absolutely essential. And, of course, we don't want nobody shot. We don't want our listeners shot, because I'm definitely going to be out turkey hunting this year. I already know where I'm going. And I just hope, we're successful. If we're not, I love being in the woods regardless, and this will be your first year.
Yeah.
You and I are definitely going to pile up in the woods, even if it's for one weekend.
Yeah.
And it's going to be on a public management area. We're going to be doing a lot of walking, and I know a good spot, and I'm not so sure anybody knows about it.
Well, I know where to download the PDFs of the wildlife management areas.
Yeah, yes, you do.
Yep, my FWC.
Yeah, so
I'll show you. I'll show you what I'm talking about.
You've been there and done that. So that's kind of what I just wanted to kind of touch base of that, because I know turkey season's starting this weekend, and good luck to all your turkey hunters out there. I've seen some beautiful Osceolas coming back from Melbourne. Just absolutely good. I've seen a lot. I've probably seen, 70, 80 turkeys.
Wow.
Most of them hens.
Sure.
Yeah, some little chicks and some young turkeys. But there's a lot out there. I mean, we, in the 70s, they were almost extinct, and we put them on an endangered list and pile out. Now we got
this for management, wildlife management.
Well,
I know I'm going to be spending some time, not that I don't anyways, but I'm going to be spending some extra time this weekend watching some turkey videos.
There you go.
To watch the heads bob up. I'm going to be checking.
You're going to look at it now, ain't you?
I believe you, but I'm going to have to verify.
Definitely, man. YouTube's full of them. It's absolutely amazing. And you don't notice those things until you actually see it, And when you get them in front of you and it's in the wild, it's actually really cool to watch how they work.
I'm going to be watching that.
It's just watch them go. And then the chicks normally, the chicks pick up really early. The chicks dig it, dog. You got these little
chicks dig it.
You got these little bitty turkey chicks that just. There's a name for a turkey chick. What? It was in my head 5 minutes ago. Now it's like
a chicklet.
No, it's called a.
For reals, there's a
there's a name. It's called a baby. Mike, I gotta Google this baby turkey. There's a name for it. I had it on my head 5 minutes ago, and I was gonna say it, and I didn't.
Well, I am calling the title of this podcast "Chicks Dig It." So when you see that one,
let's see, baby turkey. What was it called? Is it up there, Mike? Do you see anything of it? It's gonna. What are baby turkeys called? A poult. That's it. Poult.
P-O-L-T.
P-O-U-L-T. Poult.
Oh, poult, like poultry.
Yeah.
Like interesting.
Yeah.
Baby turkey's called a poult.
Yeah.
There you go. Trivia
I knew there was. And it was on my mind, and I was going to say it, and then I got jumbled up with all this other stuff.
Sure.
So anyway, so that's kind of what I was going to say tonight, man.
Good times.
I know we got a late start, and I know we kind of hopefully we threw out some pretty good info. And
pulled one out of the warning tracks.
Careful with your naked Sasquatch.
Yes.
Definitely, if you're in the woods turkey hunting, naked Sasquatches could be a problem.
Yeah. Well, at least take a picture and post it on Facebook.
Put it on our website. Hey, right. Wait a minute. Maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Be careful.
We might be getting a lot of naked Sasquatches.
Your Sasquatch competition. That's funny.
Ooh, Mike, it's always awesome hanging out with you.
Somebody's killing the lights on us. I think
their show's over.
It's that 15-minute lag that we're behind tonight.
We're way behind. So.
But again, always 15 minutes late, 15 minutes early. Always a pleasure hanging out with you, Rodney.
And you as well, Mike.
I always learn something.
We get to hang out this weekend.
We're going to do it.
I'm excited.
Kayaking, for real.
Kayaking. We're going to kayak
hold us
Sunday.
too.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't make two people kayaks, right? They do, but that's not what we want, because I don't want to film the back of your head all day.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
It'd be fun.
I'm in.
As my mama said 18 million times, and I pray I get to say it half that. You kids get outside and stay.